wanted to spend just a moment to talk through some best practices relative to getting your investigators and your institution up and running for Common Forms and Science CV. So these are all good things that you can start doing now. Perhaps you've started doing some of them already. So outreach, proactively reaching out to PIs who are submitting grants, progress reports. See what kind of reports that you can run through your grant management systems to find out about upcoming submissions or progress reports. That's something that we did in preparation for the other support training, which was coming due on October 1st. We took a look at all the RPPRs that were coming up for October 1st and October 15th and let all the key personnel know, you got to do this training before we submit the RPPR. Whenever there's something new, that's something that we try and get ahead of. When we thought the Common Forms were going to be required for NIH on May 25th, we took a look at all of our June 5th submissions and said, okay, who needs to know that these things are coming up? So that's the kind of outreach that you can be doing at a local or at a broader institutional level. Email communications, letting your research community know about agency implementation timelines and available resources that you may have. Those are good, kind of like you want to reserve those for when there's actual agency information. You can't update too often. So again, to use the example of NIH, we issued a communication when we thought it was going to be May 25th. Then we issued a communication when they said it was going to be paused indefinitely. So just two communications there. And then the other kind of communications that you can make available are through those centralized resources, creating sort of a disclosure hub. That's the last bullet I have here on this list, but you can make more kind of shorter, more timely notices as little things are coming up or that you get more information. Train the trainer is a really important strategy that you can utilize. If you know how to do Science CV, you're still only one person, and there's a lot of people who need to be trained and up on Science CV. So the more you can train, the more reach you have. So train the trainer, get other administrators to know how to do the mechanics of Science CV so that you can reach a greater number of investigators who need to be on the system. And then think beyond the central office. We've made some great partnerships with our librarians, administrative assistants, other folks who may not be part of the traditional research administration ecosystem, but nonetheless have a lot of talents in this area and whose skills can be leveraged for this important work and getting everybody up and running.